Peace be upon you, and welcome to an exclusive extract available only on aboutislam.net of my newly released memoir Finding Peace in the Holy Land, available on amazon.com and on the link below. In this prologue I speak about my reasons for writing a memoir and what I hope people will take from it. In the 90s, I was asked to write about my accidental public role as Blair's sister-in-law. Publishers wanted tittle-tattle, a cartoon version of the celebrity culture in the shallows of which I gaily paddled. No thanks, I said. Sorry to disappoint you. The world really does not need another gossipy tell-all. In 2012, the idea of writing a memoir was resurrected for me during a tour of the United States. I was speaking in a hall attached to a mosque, and at the end of describing my journeys from the Australian jungle to the deserts of Egypt, a little boy jumped up and down until he got the screeching microphone. "Did any of that happen?" he said. It was a valid question, and one which I took really seriously. Had I really travelled across continents, tracing a gradual route from a secular life of alcohol and parties to living in the way of a people 1400 years ago? Had I gone to sleep in a mosque in a far-off land and woken up a Muslim, as I'd said to the people in that hall? A week after the audience laughter faded, I opened my diary drawer back at home. Sat on the floor with my daughters, we rifled through decades of scrawled upon scraps of paper. We had to admit that, as unlikely as it seemed, all of that stuff, and much more besides, had really happened to me. As for Islam, if you'd have asked me when I was 15 what that foreign faith was about, I would have said it was all about making girls into doctors, dentists, and subservient house slaves. Islam as a practical way of life, reflecting an ancient ethical example, was completely unknown to me until I was 38 years old. I travelled around the West Bank, writing reports for British newspapers, and that experience awoke in me an empathy for which my life as a minor celebrity and as a journalist had dulled. The Muslims I met living under extreme oppression tried to guide me away from anger towards calm reflection and hope. Inevitably, I picked up their guidebook, the Holy Quran. And that's when my understanding of life, the universe, and everything flipped on its head. In Western terms, the life described here began as a soap opera, went on for a little while as a glossy rom-com, and eventually revealed itself to be the same as all other lives. A journey from womb to tomb, a quest for meaning. Your sister in humanity, Lauren Booth.
As a blinding light, you came to us, and just as suddenly you went away.